Hi Gemini, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would like to book your personal reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. And before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So this week, for your key to the week, you have your very own card, your very own energy, the Lover's card. And this week I actually feel like this is going to be a week where you have that thing that you absolutely love the most. Options. This is where you're going to be presented with maybe not two, but maybe several different paths or opposing energies that you are going to have to decipher and pick out what is right for you or what feels like the right avenue or alignment for yourself, for your life path. For your actions and options this week, you have the Judgment card. One of these options is going to be a path or a person that you have already connected to before. This is very much going to see, I mean, in all ways, right? All of us are forever choosing between our past and our future. As a Gemini, you are the natural bridge between those things, right? You're able to see the value in all things. In many ways, you have one foot in, in both worlds as well. That's one of the reasons, or one of the ways that I see the double-bodied signs, and Gemini represents the twins. When you think about twins, when you meet them, even if they're identical, when you look at their personalities, one tends to be a bit moodier or a bit darker in thought, or approach to things. And one tends to be, you get a light and a dark twin. And that's not to say that they're, one twin is good and one twin is bad. It's just to show you that there is duality in everything, even when they are twins. This actions and options card is basically saying to you this week you are choosing. There's going to be a blast from the past or a bout from the past. Maybe a person, maybe a situation arises again and you kind of think to yourself, well, this seems really familiar. I've been here before. I've done this before. I've had this conversation before. And this week you're going to be invited to step beyond that, but it's got to be your choice. It has to be you making that decision to get off of a certain wheel that you go round and round and round on, right? For your communications and conversations, you have the Knight of Wands. Now, this is nice because it's a very passionate card. This week, you could be on fire when it comes to speech, when it comes to the things that you're talking about. You may be very, very responsive this week. You might even be a bit overzealous this week. It might be that that you're so passionate about something that maybe you take it a little bit too far. Maybe in your mind it won't seem that way, but the way that it will come across or could come across is that people are like, okay, just ease it down a little bit. Now, it's next to the Judgment card, which kind of suggests that in some way, shape or form, I feel like this is going to be either a friend or a colleague is going to say to you, you've done this before, you've done this, you've gone down this road before, you've done this before, you've been here before. And there might be a part of you that registers that, but it feels like the most part of you is going to be like, what business of yours is it? Like, who asked you, bitch? And this... No, sorry, it's just me and my dorky ways. Sometimes I make myself laugh. That's when you're really sad. Yeah, this week you could, somebody could call you up about an aspect of your personality or something that you do, and you could be like, excuse me, and then you kind of go into one on them. I don't see it being a fight. I just see you being a bit kind of like taken aback with the way that somebody presents something to you about yourself. In your money and materials, you have the Two of Pentacles. So this is right underneath the Judgment card. It feels for me like this is about an investment, one that maybe you missed previously. Maybe you wanted to maybe somebody suggested a certain investment to you, and you were like, at the time you didn't have the money, you didn't have the resources, or you weren't really sold on the idea. It does feel like this week it's coming back around. There is an opportunity to go for something in a financial sense again. What I like about this is it's the Two of Pentacles. So it kind of looks like this time you've done your research, and whatever you are going to put your money into, should you decide, I'm not a financial advisor, I can't give you that kind of advice, but should you decide, it's kind of like you've already done your due diligence. So you're making more of an informed choice or a calculated risk. Do you know what I mean? Which is great. When it comes to your physical health, you got to look after your knees and your ankles this week. Your knees, your shins and your ankles. Pay attention to those. And also, because it comes up with the Judgment card, this could be a week where you get to the root of what is a chronic pain in those areas. I'll give you an example. I have a bit of a gammy right hip. And so when I don't exercise for a long time and I get back into it, you can see there's like a little thing there, and I know I need to get it looked at, and I'm convinced that that's caused a problem with one of my toes on my left side to compensate for it. And that, I'm pretty sure the last person that I spoke to said it was something to do with my lower back and my glutes. So this week you could be finding something out like that. So pay attention to that this week. If you're seeing like a doctor or an alternative therapist of some sort. And then for your home and environment, you could be deciding this week what you're willing to spend the money on. This week it looks like you're thinking, right, okay, I need this, this and this for the home. What's the budget? How can I make that better? So you might be doing a little bit of bargain hunting this week, and because of the energy that's here, you could be really good at that. This could be a week where, that famous Gemini gift of the gab comes through for you, so use it to your advantage. And then finally, for love and relations, you have the Temperance card. For those of you that are single, this looks like you and somebody that have been doing this, you do the dance, you go away, you come back, you go away, come back. This week you could finally be going down that route and saying, you know what, we're going to do it, right? You're totally decided already, and I feel like they're in a place where they're aligned with your decision, and I kind of feel like this week you are going to do this, right? You're going to find that way to come together. And you're going to be really happy about it. With the Two of Pentacles here though, and the Knight of Wands, I do wonder, sorry, and I don't mean to rain on your parade, it may be that this person has a tendency towards gambling or something of that nature. And if that is the case, just make sure that you are aware of it. Do some digging there. And then for those of you that are partnered already, this underneath the Knight of Wands, this is about you guys thinking about the next bout of travel that you're going to do. And it does feel like a lot of you are kind of saying, you know what, in order for our relationship to kind of not even go to the next level, I think it's more a case of, for us to remain happy, we actually need a break, away from your environment, maybe away from the kids if you have them. If you don't have any, this is just getting out of Dodge for a while. I think it will serve you really, really well. So keep that in mind this week. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.